key aspect of this research was to be able to research into and get insights into the market that can be able to refine the business plan, the marketing plans, and the strategic plans for the new manufacturer. So we focused upon then the size of the market. We focused upon the willingness to pay price points. We focused upon what are some of the challenges that the different supply chain partners have been having in regards to selling products. And broadly also, and lastly, we focused about what are some of the communication challenges that we'll have to face when we are launching these new products into the marketplace.
First, I'd like to thank IFC for having this research done. I think the impact is going to be many folds. The first thing is that we've sort of been in a lonely position in the solar space. Everyone's been trying to do things, but here today, what we did in this room was sort of structure the whole thing, and we've got some route map or road map in front of us saying that these are the segments, these are the spaces in which we can be in. So I think the impact of this research is going to help us in sort of deciding how we are going to move forward. For me, it's been an eye-opener. I think there were some very basic mistakes that we were going to make, which this research is going to help us sort of mitigate those mistakes in future.
The information by by Latin Africa was very interesting because it opened my eyes to the opportunities across Nigeria. Before now, we've not had a lot of data, a lot of information that could tell us where to go, how to go. We've just been doing our business and trying to develop the channels. But on Tuesday, I saw some information that I could work with. With my partners that we can build on. Basically, they're very interesting, and I hope Latin Africa will improve on that. Give us more accurate information and give, market trends that we can work with going forward.
The market, electricity market, energy market in Nigeria is quite broad. Recall that we have about 176 million people in Nigeria. It's pretty large. Now, connection right now is pretty high, up to 60%. People connected to the national grid. But then the key issue is access to light. How much light do people get? That is where the major issue is. We discovered that these studies found out that just 1/3 of households get electricity daily. Those who get just between 8 hours and above don't have electricity in a day. And so, number of outages per day, number of hours of power outages in a day is quite high. Now we get over 12 hours put together of power outages in a day. That leaves consumers with very little energy.
An interesting aspect is the fact that this market is dominated by very low-cost small generators that are priced maybe at about 30 to 40% above the price of solar lanterns. And these solar generators provide a wider variety of energy needs for the household. And so it will be an interesting challenge to be able to see how we can be able to address the kind of challenge that poses in regards to the wide-scale adoption of solar. I think part of the reasons that we've also seen here of barriers is the issue of unawareness or ignorance about solar. And that tends to be a big block in terms of adoption of new technologies, which are slightly at higher prices than their normal disposable income. So for consumers to be able to pay for a product that they do not know, we need to surmount that.
In Nigeria today, there's low awareness about our brands, about our products, about the solar industry. We want Latin Africa to invest heavily in marketing communication. I mentioned experiential marketing because experiential marketing will not only tell the people what to do, it will show them the product, it will give them the opportunity to sample the products, to test the product, even at different times of the day, so that they see the need, they see the benefit in this product.
People just saw these appliances. They need to be convinced that what is promised to deliver, it will deliver. And the only way you can do that is to have a placement with some of these respondents. Get a feedback, give it and let them test it. Then the result we get, we then compare it with when they haven't seen it and see how valid, especially when it comes to pricing.
So the initial findings are interesting. One, I think the obvious one is the supply chain. I think here you have a well-defined supply chain that is predominantly what we call open market, as opposed to people buying in well-designated retail channels. So that will be the first issue that we'll really have to contend with. And I think there were challenges in regards to basically providing a warranty system through that. So I think that presents a unique challenge in regards to that. And then secondly, I think from what we've also gathered is that the market here is very aspirational. So I think whereas in the other markets we adopted a very rational approach, but I think for here, I think lifestyle will be a big aspect to dwell on if at all to make a good success of solar lighting products. Key components of the program will of course be a component addressing quality standards. We'll have a component that will be talking about increasing awareness, so that tends to be the consumer education campaign. Of course, we will have one in regards to setting up our working capital and trade finance facilities for the importers. We will have, again, part of the key component is working with the SMEs, and they have a lot of challenge in regards to some of them really do not understand sales, marketing, distribution. So I think a capacity building element will also be key to it. And I think lastly, and the one that I think we've been working with in Kenya in the last couple of months, is looking at how can we be able to bring in more women in the supply chain and more women also as consumers in increasing energy access. So I anticipate that we may also have a component that largely focuses on women and involving them more in energy access issues.